Ghostwire Tokyo has a haunted, open-world version of Shibuya to discover, but just how long is the game? Here, we'll let you know exactly how many hours it took different members of the IGN team to finish the game, and what they prioritised doing with that time.
Amazingly, it appears that I've spent more than 24 hours quietly sobbing into sequential glasses of sake while exploring the world of Ghostwire Tokyo. My tears, however, are not strictly out of sadness, but are also tears of joy, for this game possesses an incredible ability. It's capable of taking me out of my current hellish existence, surrounded by loved ones and craft breweries here in Sydney, and to catapult me into the happiest place on earth, Japan. Ghostwire Tokyo has its flaws, but an inaccurate depiction of a modern Japanese metropolis is not one of them. So I spent a huge amount of my time with the game looking for excuses to scour new areas on the map. I cleansed torii gates and rescued clumps of spirits, so many clumps. I punched my way into a small fortune maker, tracked down tanukis in disguise, and caught, well, ambled after yokai. I even patted more Shiba Inus than really makes sense, stealth killed more schoolgirls than can possibly be healthy, and did a bunch of pretty dull side quests. Eventually though, my Tokyo Wanderlust caught up to gameplay reality and a reckoning was had. The short version is that I love the verisimilitude of this setting, but very few of the things there are to do within it really, truly commanded my attention. So, reluctantly, I pressed ahead with the main story and said goodbye to the kingdom of dreams and madness.
It took me a swift 15 hours to complete Ghostwire Tokyo. In that time I managed to finish out the story, check off 15 side quests, and fully reveal the map by cleansing each and every torii gate in Shibuya. As you can imagine, there's a lot left in the streets of Tokyo for me to do. There are dozens of side quests left unsolved, a whole bunch of tanuki and yokai to be found, and quite literally hundreds of spirits to be absorbed into paper dolls and transferred into telephones. Am I going to do any of that though? Probably not. Much like Cam, I love the city that developer Tango Gameworks has created, but have little affection for the activities that litter its authentic streets. I'm not really into collectible hunts, but that's unfortunately what makes up a substantial part of this game beyond the main story. I feel like, for my personal tastes, 15 hours gave me just what I needed from Ghostwire Tokyo. A weekend digital trip to an astonishingly realised Shibuya, haunted by some of the most stylish ghosts I've ever seen.
When I rolled credits on Ghostwire Tokyo, my game time was around 16 hours, although it could have been a lot sooner if I didn't decide to halt my progress and return to side quests once the game presented the point of no return. I estimate that I likely could have mainlined the story in around 13 hours. That being said, I did feel like I got my fill of side quests and activities. I'd by no means cleared the map, but I did manage to cleanse all the torii gates and pray to a fair amount of Jizzo statues during my playthrough. I am, however, a keen trophy hunter, so I couldn't resist diving back in. I'm now at 24 hours and I'm well on my way to dinging that precious platinum, which I suspect is only a few more hours away, but my god are there a shitload of spirits to collect in this game.
I started Ghostwire Tokyo the same way I begin every open world game. I almost refuse to progress the main story while there's side activities to be done. Of course, this mentality only lasts for about the first half of the game before I decide to just mainline the story until I've finished. But the time credits rolled, my in-game timer said I was at just over 18 hours. Truth be told, Ghostwire Tokyo is fairly on the short side as far as open world games go. If you're not interested in any of the side activities, though I recommend you do them, I theorize that you could probably finish the main story in just 13 or 14 hours. Though that's mostly a guess. And now that I've finished, I imagine I'm only about 5 or 6 hours until it's fully completed. It's hard to say, the side quests are quick to get through, but I have no idea how hard some of these collectibles are going to be to find. And like Dale mentioned earlier, there are a lot of spirits to collect. Like, so many.
For more on Ghostwire Tokyo, why not check out our review? And for everything else, stick with IGN.